There's a quote that says, "No matter who you are or where you are, instinct tells you to go home." But what if you don't have one?
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends.
Home should be a safe place, a place you want to go to after being away for a while, the place you miss when you're out, and for a lot of us, that was not the case. But even though our physical homes may not have been or are not what they should be, we still desire the feeling of home. And that's where I am today. I want to go home, but I don't know where that is. It doesn't exist right now. Hi, my name is Katie, and I love to talk about Jesus and the Bible, homemaking, baking, and anything creative. And today, I'm kind of homeless, so let's talk about it. For some context, we planned to rent somewhere new, but it didn't work out, and we had to move out of our current apartment because we had given them notice. We moved about a month and a half ago to stay with family, and while we are not living on the street, it's not home. I am grateful I have somewhere to live, but finding a routine and a rhythm can be hard. It's not your furniture, it's not your bathroom, and it's not your kitchen. I also don't function at my best when I'm around a lot of people. I'm not very productive and I kind of get frozen. And that's hard for me because I'm a doer. I love baking and making new recipes, but I also hate feeling like I'm in someone's way, taking up space, or not doing things in the way someone else is used to doing it. Being pregnant doesn't make it any more comfortable either, with all the different limitations or the lack of energy. I don't say this to complain, but to give a full picture. Homemaking in someone else's home is hard. If you found yourself in a position like mine, where you've had your own home or space, and now you're living in someone else's, or maybe you've always been in somebody else's space. Or maybe you quite literally don't have anywhere to go. This video is for you as much as it is for me. Psalm 46 reminds me that we shouldn't only find the feeling of home in a building, but in knowing God. It says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." He is a place where we can find that peace and that strength we are searching for. It continues, "Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. The Lord Almighty is with us, the God of Jacob is our fortress." He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." For some more comfort, I want to remind you that Jesus himself wasn't settled in one place, and John the Baptist lived in the wilderness. And they were quite the pair, so if that brings you any comfort, I'm glad. But seriously, to be frank, It's hard not having a home, but the circumstances we are in are a part of God's plan and purpose for our lives, as uncomfortable as it is. And while we may be in a season, however short or long it may be, it is for a reason. In my last video, I talked about how God uses our struggles to draw us near to Him and prove the genuineness of our faith. But also, it produces the perseverance in us that also builds our character. And this is so necessary. There is a verse in Job that says, his wife said to him, "Are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die." But Job replied, "You talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad?" So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. This is after his children are killed, his house, all his money, his livestock are all gone, and he has sores all over his body. And his attitude towards God is so humble. He thinks, well, should God only give me good things? But then, it wasn't even God who was doing this to him in the first place. It was the devil. But Job didn't even know. He thought it was God. But do you see how his attitude was? So I encourage you, if you feel really discouraged, to remember that although finding comfort in a physical home or space is normal and healthy, the most comforting place is being in God. Because physical things can't and won't satisfy us like Jesus can. If we dwell in the presence of the Lord, we will find rest. Psalm 91 says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge." In verse 9 it says, "If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways." Let's try not to focus our eyes on our physical homes, but keep our eyes stayed on the place where our spirit can find rest, because then we can truly be at home.
Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home.
If you made it this far to the video, thanks so much for being here. Comment your favorite flower emojis or your favorite emojis in general so that I know you were here from the beginning till the end, and send this to a friend that you think this would encourage. And if this was encouraging in any way to you, let me know in the comments how it encouraged you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, remember to subscribe and like the video. See you in my next video.